Lovette Arona from Indemili in Anambra State wants to know if she can access loan from FMBN to build her personal house.
If I refer her to the NHF Act, the NHF Act 3 of 1990, that's the act that established NHF itself. It allows any contributor to obtain the loan to either use it to buy a house, or use it to build a house, or use it to renovate a house, which simply means that if you see a building somewhere and the owner of the building is willing to sell such a house to you with the appropriate title attached to the house, you can actually use NHF to buy such a house. In this case, the other option of building a house applies to Madam Lovett, which says that you can still use NHF to build your house if you have a land that has a proper title. But in addition to having a land and a proper title, you must equally have the necessary document by which FMBN can appraise the possibility of you being able to deliver such a house, because then we'll ask you for a BOQ, which is bill of quantities. We'll ask you for the necessary approval, the building approval, of course the survey plan, and every other necessary document pertaining to the house you want to build.
Another viewer sent in a comment saying, "It seems that FMBN is only giving people loan to buy already built houses than giving individuals money to build their own houses."
Even though a lot of people may say that they've not seen us do much of that side in terms of giving money to people to go and build their own houses, we've been doing more of giving money to people to go and buy houses. It's simply because of the critical situation in which we are in terms of housing. The idea of giving money to go and buy houses is more like a cash and carry thing, to say, oh, the houses are already standing, then we just give you a loan, you buy the house. If we have to dwell so much on giving money to people to go and be building, then it may equally stretch FMBN by way of monitoring. It's easier for me to monitor a developer who is building 100 houses in a particular location than to give money to 200 people to build in various locations, and I will now have to be monitoring them all around. So even logistically, it's easier for us to manage the development of an estate than to manage the building by individuals on their own. But it's allowed, the law allows it to access the loan to build your house, only that it could be a bit of a challenge in monitoring how the development is coming up.
Okafo Uche from Abia State sent in this SMS saying, "I'm working with a private organization, Power Rose Enterprise. How can I benefit from this scheme?"
First of all, he can contact Abia office. He say from Uma here. Okay, we have an office in Abia, specifically in Uma here, where he can contact them first of all to register. NHF is not just for government workers. Private sectors, everybody is can go and register and be contributing, and you can access the loan through that process. So he can contact our Abia office or Uma here. You can register as a contributor. Then our office can guide him on how he will follow up to access a loan. If, like I said earlier, if he wants to purchase a house or wants to build or wants to renovate his house, or they can guide him on what to do. But first of all, he must be a contributor to the National Housing Fund scheme.
Olarinwaju wants to know what he should do to access house loan from FMBN.
So I don't know what Mr. Olarinwaju actually wants to do, whether he wants to buy a house, because the conditions vary. If you want to take you have a land already with a very good title document, a registrable document, you can access the loan and build. So in that case, you need a lot of documents to submit to the PMI. You must have the building plan, you must have the bill of quantity, you must have, well, first of all, you must be a contributor, which you said he is. That's the first condition. Of course, then you have this document. Then there's certain other documentations which he needs to do. So I will advise Mr. Olaruwaju to contact any PMB. They will guide him and give him all the necessary documents that he needs. But if he wants to buy a house, maybe from a vendor or from anybody, if the house has a title document, or if it's an estate, the developer or whoever will give him an allocation letter, which he will now use to process the loan, including the other documents that the PMB will ask him to submit. So basically, there are no things that are difficult, but the PMBs can always guide him on what he needs to submit.